ain't afraid of work. I ain't afraid of play. I ain't afraid to get the job done and do it my own damn way. I ain't afraid of life. Times like this. If you mess with my freedom, I'll tell you just what you can kiss. That's right.
Oh boy. Hey there folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to the farm. Today we've got something awesome going on. So guys, if you follow the channel, you'll know that we just milled up all these beautiful white oak boards on the sawmill a couple days ago. We'll get you a little bit of footage of that. This was a dead standing tree that I milled up, and I have built every one of these raised beds with that one dead standing tree. It's unbelievable. Just one tree provided all this lumber right here. So what we're going to be doing is building raised beds just like you see right here for the garden. We're going to walk you around and show you the raised beds that are currently being used, and today we're going to build some raised beds. These beds will be approximately 4 feet wide by 8 feet long, and we're going to build hopefully 5 of them, enough to get us all the way to the chicken coop. Let's show you what we already have in place here, guys. So it's early in the morning right now, and it's going to get hot today. So we've got a big pile of lumber. These are shallots. We planted those shallots. They were only about this tall. That was probably back in February or March. In this plant bed, you can see right now we've got a few sprouts coming up. Got some weeds too. We need to get those weeds out. But we've got a few sprouts coming up. These are squash, okay? So this bed is yellow squash, and this bed is zucchini, okay? And you can see some of the zucchini coming up all over here. We also need to weed this bed. Now, this bed does not need weeding because I've been treating this bed with something pretty cool you probably saw in a past video. This is from Starbucks, okay? So I've got this bed mulched out for weed prevention with coffee grounds that you can get for free from Starbucks. I'll post a link to that video at the end of this video. So these are tomatoes, these are big boys, and these are better boys. And this is what it looks like when you don't put everything in appropriately. So I've still got to put in my tomato cages over here, but first we've got to build out all these boxes. So I've got this space right here in the garden. I've got this awesome garden soil. We're gonna bring the little tractor down here. We're gonna fill up these beds, and we're gonna make some more room for some raised garden beds. Now you guys might be questioning, this is white oak, okay? White oak will last. White oak will last a very, very long time. So these beds should last somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 to 12 years. They are really, really stout, and white oak is very rot resistant. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get measuring and check this out. See what we can do, get started. Man, that looks good. Look at that lumber. Awesome. I can't say how good of a purchase buying that sawmill was. It was a huge purchase for me, but man, it has paid its dividends forward over and over and over again. So we'll pull out our measuring tape right here, and there's the 9-foot mark. What we're gonna do, nothing goes to waste here, okay? So we're gonna trim off the ends right here. The ends need to be flush and flat, so we'll mark them and we'll cut them off. We'll square off one end, and then we'll square off the next end. Then we'll pre-drill our holes because this is white oak and you won't get a screw in that at all. And the screws we're gonna use, I'll show you. They're a heavy-duty type deck screw. Premium wood exterior 3-inch screws. I'll show you real quick. So this comes with the little hex head deal right there, the Torx, and these are Torx type screws. You can see some of the galvanization is worn off of these. I've used them for several projects, and what these will do is they'll drive right down into the wood right here and into the next board right there, okay? They're a little bit on the short side. We'll only get an inch or so into the next board, so we may have to countersink these just a little bit. However, all the cutoffs on the end will be used as supports in the corners, just like this one has. The tools we're going to be using, this is called the Steel MSA 140C. That is an electric chainsaw we're going to be using. This is rough cut stuff, and it's a rough job, so it's no biggie. We're going to square off the end, and basically all I'm going to do is take my square, first of all, get that set up. Doesn't matter what the measurement is right now, because we'll measure off the next one. And we'll just go ahead and get this dude marked. And then we'll lop it off with the little steel chainsaw. So basically I know where my screws are gonna line up right here. All I'm gonna do is take my drill and pre-drill my holes. Now I'll reach over here, take my screws, get them into place. And we'll just gently lower these down in, and we'll do that on both ends. Basically the goal here is to do most of the prep work while I'm not bent over, and that way all I have to do is bend over and go zip, 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 and I'm done. Cool? Let's get you a time lapse of this whole process. I'm hot, but I'm done. So we got 1, 2, 3 more boxes, and this one all cleaned out, ready to go. We're gonna go grab the little tractor, and we're gonna fill these guys up with this awesome soil that I have. If you don't have access to soil like this, contact a local landscape place. You probably can buy a dump truck load of soil and build your own boxes just like this for pretty inexpensive, okay? So we're talking about maybe 250 bucks for a dump truck load of soil that's gonna last you forever. Let's go grab the tractor, fill it up, and plant some maters. Man, how nice did that turn out, guys? Super nice. These are the tomatoes I'm planting. Holy cow, they're huge. I didn't anticipate having this many extra tomatoes. So what I'm gonna plant in here are called beefsteak tomatoes. And all I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take my hand, and these need about 16 to 18 inches of space. I'm just gonna take my hand, part the waters, give it a little squeeze like this. Tap that guy, and drop myself a tomato plant in. That's a pretty weak looking tomato plant right there. We'll get one more right here, and we'll just basically go every 16 inches or so and put ourselves a tomato plant. One cool thing about tomato plant is that you can bury them all the way up the stem. So you can bury them all the way up to here, and they'll set roots out. So that's it. Don't plant them too close together if you're planting tomatoes. It doesn't do you any good. You don't get any more tomatoes. You just get a hassle. The closer you plant them together, the harder it is on you for weeding and picking the tomatoes. Awesome. Each one of the tomato plants, I basically just press down in the ground and make a little moat around them, and I'll go back and water them as soon as I put them in the ground. That's it, guys. So that's what today was all about on the Stoney Ridge farm, building these awesome raised beds right here for my family's eating pleasure, for my eating pleasure. So this is all you need to start a garden. If you don't have a source of lumber like this, just go to Lowe's or Home Depot, pick yourself up some good lumber that's designed to be in contact with the ground, okay? That's basically it. Guys, thanks a lot for joining me here on the Stoney Ridge farm. It's a beautiful day. I've got work to do, and it's hot, and I'm hungry. By the way, this is the little TYM T254 tractor, best little yard tractor ever. Perfect for doing stuff just like this. See you next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Woo!
Come on down to the Stoney Ridge, bring your wife.